Have you ever wondered if the perfect all-in-one camera actually exists? You know, that one device you can take anywhere, capture anything, and not worry about swapping lenses while a deer runs by or the light starts to fade. Well, the rumors surrounding the upcoming Sony RX10 Mark V are finally hitting the airwaves, and they are painting a picture of a machine that might just change the game for creators everywhere. The buzz around the new RX10 Mark V suggests that Sony is keeping that legendary 24 to 600mm lens, which is honestly a relief. When you have that kind of reach in a single package, you don't really need to carry a bag full of glass. While there is some debate about whether the internal sensor setup has been tweaked, the core of the camera remains that reliable 20-megapixel 1-inch sensor. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, only 20 megapixels? But in the real world, that resolution is more than enough for professional-looking content. Think back to the early days of digital photography. We were creating masterpieces with a fraction of that resolution. It's not about how many pixels you can cram into a sensor, but how you use them. What really has people excited is the brain inside this thing. Word is that Sony is packing in the new BIONZ XR processor alongside that powerful AI chip we've been seeing in their latest flagship models. This is a massive leap forward. By combining these, the camera is set to get Sony's industry-leading autofocus system. We are talking about real-time eye tracking for humans, animals, birds, and even cars and planes. The precision is going to be light years ahead of previous generations, making it so much easier to nail those crisp, sharp shots without constantly fiddling with settings. Beyond the guts of the camera, the physical design is getting a serious upgrade too. It sounds like the grip is moving toward that more ergonomic professional feel we saw on the A9 III and the A1. Sony is refining the top custom buttons to be more tactile and intuitive, moving away from the older A7 style. If they can manage to keep the body compact while improving the handling like this, it's going to be a dream to use for all-day shoots. Then there is the video performance, which is where this camera really starts to justify its existence. They are reportedly adding 4K at 120 frames per second and Full HD at 240 frames per second. For anyone who loves slow motion or needs that extra smoothness for cinematic B-roll, this is a massive win. Plus, with the inclusion of S-Log3 and custom LUT support, the dynamic range and color grading potential are going to be on a completely different level. It's basically putting professional video tools into a bridge camera body. There is one lingering mystery, though, the high frame rate or HFR mode. We aren't sure yet if Sony is keeping those crazy 500 or 1000 frames per second options that allow you to see things invisible to the human eye. While those modes often involved some upscaling that hurt image quality, they were incredibly fun to experiment with. I really hope they find a way to keep them in, even if they've overhauled the rest of the processing pipeline. Personally, I am looking at this very closely. I currently use the A6700 mostly for gimbal work, but if the RX10 Mark V delivers on these specs, it could potentially replace my entire setup. Having a camera that covers 24mm to 600mm with pro-grade autofocus and AI features is a total paradigm shift. It sounds like this isn't just a minor refresh. It's a culmination of everything Sony has learned over the last few years, distilled into one powerful, portable unit. It is clear that Sony is listening to creators. They aren't just bumping specs for the sake of it. They are adding the tools that actually make a difference in the field. Whether you are a wildlife photographer, a travel vlogger, or just someone who wants the best possible image quality without the hassle of a massive kit, this looks like it's going to be the one to watch. If you like the video, subscribe, share the video, and hit the bell icon to stay updated on all things photography. In my opinion, if these specs hold up, the RX10 Mark V is going to be the most versatile camera on the market. It effectively kills the bridge camera stigma and replaces it with a Pro Tool reality. Sony has a real winner here if they nail the execution, and I, for one, cannot wait to get my hands on it.